Have you ever wondered what a full day of classic English food really tastes like? Well, we're about to find out. We're going to explore 10 dishes that honestly tell the story of England, one plate at a time. Our journey is going to take us from a famously huge breakfast right through to a comforting dessert, and of course, that classic cup of tea that basically fuels the entire nation. Yep, we've got 10 dishes to get through, and each one gives us a little glimpse into English culture and history. So let's kick things off with the most important meal of the day. First up, we have a meal that needs absolutely no introduction. The legendary, the one and only, full English breakfast. That's right, the full English. It's a total icon for a reason. I mean, this is a meal designed to give you a powerful start to the day. So what exactly goes into this thing? They call it full for a reason, let me tell you. The classic lineup has eggs, sausages, and bacon for all that protein, right alongside baked beans and toast. This whole combination actually became popular way back in the Victorian era as a symbol of hospitality and, wealth.
And its purpose? It's simple: pure energy. This meal was originally created to fuel a worker through a long, hard day of manual labor, and that tradition of a hearty, super filling start to the day, well, it continues today.
Okay, after a breakfast that heavy, lunch is usually a much lighter, much faster affair. Let's take a look at some of the midday staples. First on the list is a global classic, but with a distinctly English twist: the humble chicken sandwich. The key here is often its simplicity. We're talking soft bread, simple fillings. This is really the cornerstone of the meal deal you'll find in shops all over the country. It's all about convenience for a quick lunch break.
Now for something a bit warmer, a little more substantial. Another lunch favorite is the classic beef burger.
It's that familiar formula, right? Grilled beef in a bun. But what makes it such a staple is its universal appeal. It's a go-to option in pubs and cafes everywhere, just a reliable crowd pleaser for literally all ages.
So you kind of have two different philosophies for a quick lunch. On one hand, the sandwich is all about that grab-and-go convenience. On the other hand, the burger offers a more satisfying, sit-down experience that just about everyone enjoys.
But what if you want something that isn't in a bun or between slices of bread? Well, the third common option is a lighter one: the Caesar salad.
Now, while it wasn't originally English, its popularity really speaks to a modern desire for lighter, healthier lunch options. That combination of fresh lettuce, grilled chicken, and that creamy dressing, it makes for a satisfying meal without all the heaviness.
All right, as evening rolls around, the food starts to get heartier. We're moving into the world of English comfort food, the kind of classics you'd find in a cozy pub or at a family dinner table.
We have to start with the undisputed champion of English cuisine: fish and chips. This is more than a meal, it's a national institution. And that's not an exaggeration at all. It's so famous that it became a staple during the World Wars, mainly because it was one of the few foods that wasn't rationed. It's a dish that's deeply connected to the country's coastline and its working-class history. From the seaside to the countryside, our next dish is the absolute definition of comfort food: shepherd's pie. The magic is really in how it's built. You have a base of minced lamb, that's what makes it shepherd's pie, covered with a rich, fluffy layer of mashed potato. It's a classic example of rustic, resourceful cooking, designed to be filling, warm, and just delicious. Next up, we have a dish that is tied to a very specific English tradition: the magnificent roast beef. This dish is the heart and soul of the Sunday roast, which is a cherished weekly ritual. I mean, for generations, families have gathered on Sundays for a meal of roasted meat, potatoes, veggies, and gravy. It's honestly less of a meal and more of a cultural event. And for a simple starter before one of these big, hearty main courses, you'll often find a classic tomato soup. The best versions always have that perfect balance between the sweetness of ripe tomatoes and a little bit of a tang. It's the ultimate simple pleasure, just a warm, comforting bowl that's perfect for shaking off the chill of a damp English day. No meal is complete without something sweet and a proper drink to wash it all down, right? So let's see how our English culinary day comes to an end. For dessert, we turn to a universally loved classic that holds a very special place in English hearts: the warm and wonderful apple pie.
This is just simple perfection. Baked with sweet apples, often with a hint of cinnamon, it really represents the best of English puddings, which is a whole category of warm, comforting desserts. You'll often see it served with custard or a scoop of ice cream. It's pure nostalgia on a plate.
And finally, to cap off our day, we have the most English of beverages, strong black tea, served with just a splash of milk. But this is more than just a drink. It's a social ritual. The cuppa is the solution to everything. It's a morning wake-up call, an afternoon break, a comfort in times of crisis. It is, without a doubt, the quintessential English drink. So from the working-class fuel of a full English breakfast to the communal tradition of a Sunday roast, it's pretty clear these dishes are way more than just food. They're stories. Stories of history, of comfort, and of culture. Which makes you wonder, which one of these plates do you think truly tells the biggest story about England?